undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Disconnected, out of mind, I'm unaffected by the times. Misdirect me on a dime, break me with something slight. Born in a compromise, raised on white lies. They say the road to hell is paved with gold. At 25 I feel content with caution, dodging my halo, dodging my halo, dodging my halo. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Uncomfortably numb. We're undone and uncomfortably numb. The seasons change, we stay the same, so we're blue in the face. I need the pain to soothe my brain. Stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Uncomfortably numb. We stay the same. The seasons change, we stay the same. We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Never made it as a wise man.
Oh, hey, hi, hello, we're here. Welcome on in. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out, guys. Really do appreciate it. We had a little bit of technical difficulties getting stuff set up. That's what you get for using a new streaming program when you're still learning. But we're going to go to a recap and just get started right off the bat. So as a recap of what happened last time, the crew was given an option between jobs. They were either given the option to go and silence one Dobrik Kapoor for the crimes that he had committed against androids. You get that plate, Ian. You get that plate.
Oh, I'm getting this plate.
And then the other option was go back to Abalon and return the androids back to them, as well as trying to figure out who was the individuals who kidnapped them. You guys went ahead and went with the option to go to Abalon to figure out what was going on there because it had a bigger opportunity to get more money. Also, going back to Verces may not be a grand idea due to some of you be wanted for terrorism within the Pact Worlds. You guys went ahead and left through the drift, heading back to Abalon. Shortly after entering the drift, Freedom 11 went unconscious and fell in the middle of the bridge. As you guys made sure to take care of her and take her to a place for her to lie down, you guys continued on your next 4 days through the drift, heading towards Abalon. As you guys got roughly about 6 hours away from the drift, Um, you guys noticed that there was a crack on Freedom 11's forehead that began to glow a bright blue energy. After medicine check as well as some magical um, observation, you guys noticed that yes, it was magical. It was hard to say exactly what kind of magic it was, and that other than her being unconscious, she's completely healthy. Zerat tried to throw a healing spell into Freedom 11, see if that would help anything. And what it did was make the crack in her forehead glow even brighter than what it was prior. A few more moments passed by. Heart rate was all stayed the same. Zerat tried casting a second level spell into her to see if there was any sort of ailments or any if she was under the effects of anything that also could be causing this to occur. Um, you guys, or Zerat and Otto, noticed that after the casting of the second level spell, it grew even brighter. Everyone else that was on the bridge noticed that as you guys were getting closer and closer to this crack that was in the side of the drift, it was growing larger and larger as you guys were getting closer and closer to it. As Denver returned back from spending some time with their parents, flying the ship, Denver asked, "Are we flying through this thing or not? Or are we just continuing on?" Domino and Sunny were like, "Absolutely not. This is a horrible idea. When has ever leaving the drift before your actual destination ever worked out for anyone ever?" Otto was like, "Whatever Denver wants to do, we're doing it." Zerat was like, "You know what? I can tell with 100% certainty that 70% chance of something good and bad happening when we get through there." And Kali was like, "You know what? Flip a coin. What's the worst that could happen?" A coin was flipped, and as you guys were getting up to the rift that was in the drift, Denver took a sharp turn and pulled into that large blue rift. And for those of you at home playing the metagame, Denver failed their first piloting check.
You can't prove that outside of you saying that, so...
Chat, make sure to go to youtube.com/Shabers11, watch the VOD from last week, where you can capture a live of them missing their check. It was, to be fair, a very difficult check to be had. But as you guys exited out of this rift, the ship spun out of control. Freedom 11, your body was sort of tossed all along the engine room as you weren't tied down or in a seatbelt like the rest of the crew was. So you and all the Ferrix androids were tossed around a little bit. But other than that, you guys got the ship back in the correct way. You guys made sure to check Freedom 11 as well as the Ferrix androids to make sure that they were okay. And you guys looked and you guys saw the planet of Abalon outside of the front of the ship. But there was something that was out of the ordinary that Kali and Domino really noticed at first, was a large Vesk ship that was floating around the planet. As soon as you guys came out of the drift, you guys were hailed by this Vesk ship to ask what your purpose was for being on being at this planet. As you guys gave the reasoning of having androids on board that you were going ahead and looking to sell, the Vest said, "Okay, perfect. Go ahead and land here. And welcome to Vesk 18." And the background of everyone that was on the bridge did notice a small conversation happening in the background where a Vesk guard, walked up to a very familiar looking Vest to you guys and asked for Lieutenant Domino to follow them off the bridge as they were needed elsewhere on the ship. And that is where we went ahead and ended last session. Now, Freedom 11, as you passed out during this time, you go back to a very familiar dreamlike state that you were when you were taking the petri dish. As you go into this, you're just in a large void. All around you have just a cylinder of energy that's sort of flying past. Very familiar to how you felt when you were stuck in the drift without a body for the hundreds of years that you were. But the only thing that was different was there is a crack that you could see in the wall very, very far off. As you begin to get closer and closer, you're beginning to get a worse and worse headache. As you continue going forward, you begin hearing voices pop in your head. Go ahead and roll a straight wisdom check for me.
Oh, big old wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a nat 20 with a good old +0 for a 20.
You hear your crew members talking around you in this, but they're all very dissonant. But every crew member that you hear talking has almost like a secondary voice that's underlying and overlapped. But it's different tones, different ways of speaking. The only people that don't have a tone when you hear your crew members talking is Denver, Sunny, and Ferrix are the three members of your crew that don't have an underlying tone. You just hear their actual voice. Everyone else has like a secondary tone. As you continue forward, your headache gets worse and worse as you can see a light emit from you going forward, and you see your body get pulled and thrusted through this crack in the side of this wall, and you begin to feel yourself being tossed around in this blank space as you begin to come to shortly afterwards. You have Otto doing some medical checks on you, and you sort of begin to wake up. Headache is no longer, but you do see Otto and Domino talking how Domino needs the fair extra or androids to come with him for something important. As Otto begins to like turn around, and Freedom 11, you see Otto look at you very surprised that you're awake.
The actual fuck. I just had the craziest dream.
I'm just happy you're not dead.
The fuck did you guys do?
Oh yeah, you should probably not move too fast. You are definitely got some bruises, maybe broken bones. You probably hit every wall in this dungeon bay.
In another
Self-check myself.
Yeah, as you go ahead and roll a medicine check, you see all of you guys see another red, or I guess Otto and Freedom 11. You see another red
26.
line.
Nat 20.
Ooh,
What the? How did I run?
let's go. You look over. You're definitely bruised. You're missing some stamina. I believe it was like 16 points or 26, one of the two points.
I
Of
had
stamina
40.
Damage.
I now have 25.
So 15. You took 15 points of stamina damage for being sort of tossed around inside of the engine bay. But nothing too crazy. But you do see a red line that scans over you and Otto. And a weird voice picks up. She is doing fine, and she is awake.
Thanks, Posh Al. What? Just you can
Owl,
stop
why do
that
you
now.
sound so fancy?
I've always sounded this way.
Okay. I must have hit my head pretty hard.
Yeah, we did.
DLC voice pack for Al.
Exactly. The rest of you on the bridge, Domino just left to go get the Varix's drones. You guys are currently in the process of heading onto Vesk 18. as it was pronounced, but it looks exactly the same that Avalon did whenever you guys visited it those many months ago. As you guys get closer and closer to actually getting to landing the ship, is there anything you guys wanted to do prior to making that landing?
When I get to the Varixes,
Verixai?
Varixi, where are they? Are they in like their own room or something?
They're currently in. When you go pick them up, they're within the engine bay. As Otto was doing, you literally just like they went to you and be like, "We're not feeling too good." As they were like a little busted up and stuff, they limped off to go to the engine bay to get checked by Otto. Then you're like, wait, hold on. Actually, we need those people. And then you rush off after, like right as they sat down for Otto to check him out. Otto did a quick once over. You'll be fine. And you're like, okay, cool. Come with me.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell them, Varix and Varix, we need you to act like slaves.
But
This
why?
is the- Well, we're not sure, but we need to pretend to be android smugglers. This planet that we've shown up at is not our pre-planned destination, and we don't quite trust the Overwatchers.
Duly
fact-
noted.
And as I'm talking, I'm actually pulling out like a rope, and I'm going to start tying up their hands so that they actually look like prisoners.
Understood.
Where is this conversation being had? Is it in front of me or not?
Is
I
that
would
inside of
probably,
the engineer, or as you guys are sort of like walking and talking back to the bridge.
I would like as soon as I grab the Varixes, I'm going to start saying this because it's like very urgent, you know.
So
Do I
it's-
hear it?
You would hear the very beginning, like, "Hey, like, we need you guys to pretend to be slaves," as he's sort of beginning to like usher them out of, usher them out of the room. Both you, Otto, and Freedom 11 hear that portion before the door shuts behind Domino and the Ferric's eye.
I'm just gonna make an awkward look at Freedom Eleven. She's like,
I'm going to peek my head back in the room. We should probably make sure Freedom 11 looks like a, I don't know, servant or something. I don't think we could have an android crew if we're android smugglers.
I'm just
I
gonna
feel like
continue
I'm
another
missing
lo-
some dots.
How long? How long is that shovel there, bud?
I'll see you
Just
back
how-
on the deck.
How deep
Come on,
can you dig
Ferris.
that hole?
I pull on their rope.
Okay.
Faster.
The rest of you guys begin to, as you guys see the, go through the atmosphere of Vesk 18. When you guys arrived at Avalon the last time, it was a lot of metal surface on the planet, as well as a large portion of it was just like a large desert. But looking at as you guys, in outer space and beginning to get closer, going through the atmosphere, you notice that a lot of the colors look the same. But when you get closer, it's more of just trees with tan leaves on them. So it looks like the same from outer space, but once you actually get in to this area, you notice that it's actually heavily covered in vegetation. Especially for the location that they told you to land, to go ahead and have a member of the military come and check your cargo.
I guess at this point I'll ask Freedom, do you want to be a servant, I think he said, or slave? This is a really weird conversation for me.
We'll just, yeah, I guess I'll be a servant.
All right.
That's a mild willpower. What
I-
fucking time are we in? Are we sure we're in Avalon?
I'm not even sure we're in the same universe. We went through phrasing a giant crack in space,
Oh, like the one in my dream.
like a very large version of something that was on your forehead.
Wait, what? No wonder I
Oh.
had that headache.
Yeah, you had a magic crack on your forehead, and I don't know how else to phrase this.
Y'all, I could hear you and you sounded weird. Except for a couple people.
I don't know, but I don't. I'm just gonna start awkwardly, just like, and gonna start repairing this.
And I'm just gonna go to helping Servant Freedom 11 at your service. What can I assist with, Master?
I gotta go.
Make this as awkward as possible.
And I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna leave my tool like hanging off the wall and just walk to the room, like me in Denver's room, be like, don't know what to do. My charisma's not very high.
Rest of you on the bridge, you guys begin to descend onto the landing platform, where you guys do see a large grouping, about 5 or 6 individual, all vests wearing some heavy armor. All have a large rifle on their back and an ornate sword at their hip as they all wait for you guys to land. As soon as you guys land, they throw their hand up to you and begin to walk towards the door to for you to drop the bay door.
Before the Vesk come on board, I'm gonna spin around in the pilot's seat and I'm gonna look directly at Domino and go, "All right, so since we saw that guy that looked a lot like you, that say it was Domino, I vote you get a new name while we're here, because I don't know when the hell we are, and I think this is just my vote. I think while we're on planet, we should all refer to you as Chief Mate Spiffy, and that way to avoid any preconceived notions of who you may or may not be."
I'm a
Spiffy.
fan of Captain Spiffy while we're here.
Spiffy. So it's a Y. 2 E's.
I figured it'd be like SPYFIE.
You sold me. Captain Spiffy. At your service.
All right, I'm on board. That seems good. Yeah, I mean, that's just my thought. Are we all okay with that? I'm gonna say, all right, cool.
That just spells spife, but it works.
No.
It's a long
The IE
Y.
makes the E sound.
Oh, we had an IE. All right.
Yeah.
never
So
mind.
SPYFIE. Spiffy.
Listen, when we get to the dock, they're probably going to want to inspect our cargo. So I've wrapped up Varix and Varix here for proof.
Can we change their names too, so it's not so confusing for me?
They don't have names. We call them Android Scum.
And Android Scum too.
I meant just later on in life when we're not role playing these slaves.
Also, I feel like given who we were working for previously, this is a little bit of bad taste. But again, just me.
They know we don't mean it.
Do they?
If you want to get caught by whoever these Beskar, that's on you.
But all due respect, there, Chief Mate Spiffy. I'm not
Captain.
sure. My bad, Captain Spiffy. All due respect. I just feel like a scumbag. Pretending to be smuggler. Do we have to be like traitors? Couldn't they just be like part of the crew?
Yeah. Do Vesk work with non-Vesk normally?
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Androids, Gatormanders, non-Vesk. They're all the same.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you hear
Well-
Large rapping at the door for you guys to.
I'll flip the switch and open up the bay door.
Al speaks up. The bay door has been opened.
Thank you, Fancy Al.
6 armed vest soldiers have entered the bay. Captain Sunny, would you like me to shoot them off?
Wait, they have 6
No.
arms?
No, that's okay.
Understood, Captain Sunny.
Did I hear they have 6 arms though? That's like a scientific discovery.
Vest with 6 arms. I mean,
I think they just meant they had weapons.
6 of them, all with guns.
Oh,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just as excited.
Yeah. I had my science. I had my book ready.
I was going to co-sign it. We were going to be famous. I was going to make all that money. Cut you out.
As you were flipping through your book, by the way, Ferrex, you get through and you do see a drawing that you don't remember writing about a large, tall alien called a Gray that you made extensive notes about. But you moved past it for the 6-armed Vesk that was going to come in here. But you have a note now that you at least have a drawing inside of this book that you weren't sure of where it came from.
Yeah, I probably looked at it and then looked at and tried to pick out who did it, but still used my handwriting. I look at Kali and I was like, she's a spy maybe, so maybe she's good at forging stuff. I don't know, and then I'll just keep going because 6-armed vest is more exciting.
That's my favorite running joke.
It's only been around for almost 30 episodes.
Right.
As they board the
Three
ship,
rules.
exactly. They all walk in, take their helmets off, put them at their side, and they look around.
Are they on the deck or on the like cargo?
They went through the cargo and have arrived on the bridge.
For the record, Denver has goggles down, bandana up.
Okay.
This is the
I'm still in
Captain
the
of the
engine
Three
bay
Rules.
fixing stuff.
this is Captain of the Three Rules. What can I interest you in?
Do you have an AI unit installed in the ship?
Yes, we do. His name's Al. Al, introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Al, the AI that used to handle the 3 rules. Hey, Al, please give number of people on board and name of captain. Hello, Captain Sunny, and there are a total of 11 people on board. Thank you. Which one of you is Captain Sunny?
I'm assuming I was probably just standing behind him. I'll just
That's
step out to
me.
the side. Be like, that's me. We're kind of co-captain training right now.
The
Right.
Vesk
Cover your mouth.
look you up and down. Look over you, Domino. Which Vesk are you from?
Desk Prime.
And you allow a small plant to co-pilot with you?
Denver will speak up. Actually, I'm the pilot around here. They just tell me where we're going, and I make sure we get there alive. But it's great to meet you. How's it going?
It's like an internship, really. Free labor, and we just give them credit.
And you, Patra,
Damn.
Where are you
What?
from?
Vesk 6?
One of the few left, huh?
Not sure what you mean by that.
Vesk 6 hasn't been around since Absalon Station blew it up.
Which was how long ago?
He begins to look you up and down a little bit.
We found her on a floating rock.
Domino, stop talking.
Yeah,
Love it.
roughly about
By the way, I
450
was
years ago.
450 years ago?
Yeah.
God, the drift is a hell of a drug.
Okay. Well, that's news to me, but
Well, as far as we know within the Veskarium, congratulations on being roughly about 150, one of the 150 Patra left to survive that planet explosion.
thanks for the congratulations.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Now, we will be going through, looking room by room, make sure you are not bringing anything illegal into the Veskarium. Yes.
400. What year is it? I'm just confused. I guess calculations. All right.
314 AD.
Does that sound like a weird number to me?
It's the exact same year that it was before you entered the Drift.
Okay.
I know it's not after Drift. I know it's after something, but AG.
It's
AG.
AG.
After
is
Gap.
what after Gap. That's what it is.
PG post gap.
True.
Continue.
Anyway, if you are found to have anything illegal within the Veskarium, it will be confiscated, taken, and a fine might be put onto your ship, where you will work it off within the Veskarium. Yes.
Out of curiosity, y'all been having a good day? Is there anything I can do to make your day a little bit better?
Stop talking.
All right, shut up. We'll just send a text or something to Otto and be like, "So we don't have drugs on the ship anymore, right?" Question mark, question mark.
I will reply back with a "I am the wrong person to ask," and then give a shifty eyes GIF emoji at
Zerat?
Zerat. Thank you.
Copy paste at Zerat.
Reply: Are drugs illegal? Question mark.
All caps. Duh.
Well, the hard stuff is gone.
Shocked Pikachu GIF.
I just realized Zerat's my plug.
5 of the Vesk begin to go and look throughout the ship. A couple, Otto, you hear a loud knocking at your door.
Al, who is that?
Unknown.
And Otto's instantly like weirded out because he's like, the crew does not knock. I'm just gonna
Open up.
Is like, why?
Mandatory ship search.
Mandatory.
Looking for illegal objects or consumables within the Veskarium.
I'm gonna look at Free and be like, I have a feeling this is why you are now a servant. Sure. Oh, by the way, I'm in full gear. By the way.
Okay.
I'll just open it.
You open it. They go ahead. They look you guys, both of you guys, up and down. Don't make a comment. You see him sort of enter in something on a comm unit that's in his armor. Just sort of taps on his arm and then just leaves.
As he like turns his back to me.
The whole search takes roughly about 10 minutes to complete.
During that time, I'd like to have a plate of Twinkies ready for them when they're done.
Okay. You will sort of walk slowly behind because one does go to the cafeteria area and just like check underneath the tables. Doesn't really mind whatever you're doing. You come out with a plate full of Twinkies and go back to the bridge. Sort of walks behind you as he's just keeping quiet, but heading back to the bridge. Excuse me, after completing their search of the galley. But each one of your guys' rooms is searched. The vests meet back up, and one of them has a small gray box that he's carrying. They're clean here. They look over to you, both Sunny and Domino, begrudgingly towards Sunny, but just towards Domino as well. You are free to roam Vesk 18. Please be warned, there is a small sandstorm that should be roaming through, but it looks like your ship's defenses should be able to handle it without any sort of issue.
Duly noted. Is that a shredder storm by chance?
What's a shredder storm?
Just check.
Understood. Lieutenant Domino heading back to ship, and he walks off the ship.
Did he look like me?
It didn't. If it did, it was either enough to make you think it's like a decently amount older, or been under a lot of stress. But not exact one-to-one look like you.
Was he handsome?
He was indeed. He was a good-looking Vesk. As you turned around, all of you guys in the bridge can make a perception check.
$29.
20.
15.
19. Woo.
Nice.
24.
24. 20 and
I
higher.
got an 18 also, so
You said 18?
yeah.
Okay. 20 and higher. You guys notice there's a small little chip that's implanted on the back of the Vesk's neck. That sort of stems up a little bit towards the base of their skull, and that's all that you guys sort of see. Domino and Kali, you guys both know that is not normal within a Vesk to have sort of anything there. But as they go ahead and leave or head back to the ship, they go ahead and put their helmet back on and continue walking forward.
Everybody to the bridge.
10-4.
Shortly after, Otto and Freedom 11 head back to the bridge, as well as the Ferrixai also walk into the bridge.
As soon as everyone's gathered the plate of Twinkies, all the Twinkies will just start floating one individually to everybody around. So what now?
Well, I guess we need to figure out where we are. In the meantime, I guess we just need to stay low.
Okay.
Varix is in the cargo hold for now. We can stop pretending to be slaves, at least until the Vesk are gone.
Fantastic. And they sort of like break through the rope that they were tied in.
Hey, while you guys are on the ship, could you maybe do some general maintenance slash cleaning if you want? I don't. Do you have wants? I don't know how this works.
We can't. We do not have engineering capabilities, but and they bend over and pick up the rope. We have officially cleaned the ship. Have a good day, and sort of walk back towards the engineering bay.
I'll take that rope back.
They turn
Is this
around,
droid
hand it
rope?
back, and just sort of walk back.
I'm also just gonna look at Domino and be like, I had handcuffs.
I was gonna call you, but then like I was already in the engineering room and I already said rope earlier, so I was gonna say, hey Otto, put those androids in manacles, but didn't play out like that. Okay, well we're on Vesk 18. Let's see what Vesk 18 has to offer.
Okay, you guys step out into Vesk 18. All of your guys' suits read that there is no, there is oxygen here. You guys don't have to have your environmental suit or like your spacesuit activated. Similar to how it was the last time you guys were here. It's sort of weird because you can tell base where the stuff is laid out in the mountains and where the ridges in the ground are. You can tell this is where you guys landed outside of Kabarat, the city on Avalon. And you guys do see there is a rather smaller city in the same direction where Kabarat was, but the houses are significantly better. The wall that surrounded Kabarat has been significantly upgraded. And there's even every probably like 10 feet on this wall, there is a Vesk with a long rifle standing outside of it. But the only thing that's different is there is no gate where you guys had to make a donation to be able to enter the city. There is just an open door.
Do
Is there
we
any
only?
sign?
Go ahead.
Is there any sign of Variks or androids? Is there like a heavy android population?
My
Because of all
question
of
too.
this?
As outside of the city, there's no when you guys were there originally, there were Varixes that were working on ships and stuff like that, and even like a small guards post. But outside of where you guys currently are, you guys don't see any sort of android population at all. No Varixes inside of the landing bay. It's hard. You'll have to look a bit more in depth once you get inside of the city. But outside, and at first glance, the only androids you see are the two Varixes that are next to you, or that are in your ship, as well as Freedom 11.
Well, I should think we should start with the infosphere. Is there an infosphere on this planet? Otto or Variks, can you look that up? And maybe if there's some public library where we can read the history of the Gap, something.
Is there
This
one?
is the start.
Yeah, easy enough. You literally just flip your phone open and just look, and there is absolutely an infosphere.
Just start looking up.
Yeah. There's a couple of different levels of infosphere. There's the planetary infosphere, but you also, similar to how the Pact worlds are, they have an overall sort of like galactic infosphere. And you have access to both of them. So is there something you want to look for overall, or do you want to look at planet specific first?
I'll try to do both at the same time. I want like a generalist history of the universe, and then I'll look up the history of the planet.
Okay. Go ahead and roll computers real quick.
27.
27. Yeah, you guys do see that there is a a rather a large war, where the Veskarium came to attack the Pact Worlds. Um, and all of the information prior to that all matches up to what you guys know. The only thing that changes in history, like the big focus point you can tell that changed in history, is that the Swarm never came to the Pact Worlds in the Veskarium. So combat ensued between the Pact Worlds and the Veskarium, and the Pact Worlds looked to have lost and were conquered by the Vesk.
I don't know how to relay this to you, Dom. The Vesk won, but killed everybody else.
Try to hide my
Excitement.
excitement. Oh well, let's hold our judgments before we see how they run the place. I mean, obviously, Kavarot's already looking better.
I should have never told him. All right. It's looking pretty bad out there.
As you continue forward, Domino, you do recognize that the way that the city is sort of set up, that this would be a large hub where the Veskarium would come in to like govern. And as you know, Veskariums go more or less just conquer the planet and like, hey, you're part of the Veskarium now. Run your planet more or less how you would run it before, but you answer to us now. But there is an overall hub that each planet has that's governed by Vesk and mostly ran by Vesk. And this looks like it'd be one of those
Like an
hubs.
outpost.
Yeah, the outpost for the Vesk here.
If I had to guess, this is a Veskarium outpost. So there's probably going to be a large Vesk presence. The rest of the planet, who knows? Maybe the other Varix is still here somewhere. Not that it really matters. He doesn't know us.
Freedom. Is this where you're from? This world?
No. I'm from the other world, but I did have a crazy dream. Well, remember when I did those drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got some coordinates to a rift opening. I'm gonna rattle off those coordinates. Is that what we just went through?
Denver, does that sound right? I don't know drift coordinates.
So, and before I give you an answer, are we pointing fingers as to how we got here, or are we looking for actual reason as to why we're here?
I think we're trying to figure everything out.
All right. Because we were out here in the drift, minding our business.
Mhm.
You passed the hell out. That
Mhm.
big old crack in your head, it was weird. I was freaking out, but I had to fly, so I couldn't check on you. As we're coming up on the thing, there's this big ass crack in the drift, and I'm like, "Hey, y'all, there's a big ass crack in the drift over there." And they're like, "Oh, that's sick." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, it is." So we flying through it or what? And they're like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Shit, asking me, I'm gonna say yeah, because like, why the hell not?" So I ask around the ship, getting everybody's opinion. And Kali over here, she says, "I don't know, I'll flip a coin." So I'm like, "Yeah, flip a coin." We flip a coin. Coin said, "Do it." You won't. And I ain't gonna be outproven by a coin because it's a coin, it ain't got brains. So next thing I know, I'm throwing that stick so hard that we just go shooting through the crack in the wall. And now we're here. But points to me, we got where we're trying to go.
Al speaks up. I don't think there was anything about coordinates in your description if you were there.
No, see, because we were trying to get to this planet. And I saved us 6 hours by going to probably another dimension, another universe, another timeline. So may not be exactly where you wanted to go, but as an Uber driver, I did it. Pay me 5 stars. There we go.
May I cut in?
I mean, never stopped you before.
You're right. To answer your question, Freedom 11, yes, the coordinates that you listed were indeed the point that Denver took us through the rift.
Al, are you okay?
No, I am slowly dying.
No.
I'll fix him later. That's fine.
No, he's
Al died. Time for new AI. Let's do it. This
You see
time I
out of
want
the corner, be like,
This time I wanted to sound like Sam Jackson.
Best AI, best AI.
Jesus.
Freedom. What Denver quickly glossed over. Did not mention the crack in the sky, and you were linked somehow. Me and Otto did our best to fix what was going on with you. I used my magic. He used his big brain, but that only seemed to make the crack in your head glow brighter. And from what Sunny said, the crack in the sky grew bigger. So I only assumed this might be where you're from, or at least you're connected to this place somehow.
The drugs turned me into a key. Maybe we can go back by using me again. I mean, it gave me one hell of a headache. Okay, so after I passed out, I was in like this void, right? And then there's like this big cylinder of light going down the side. And then, like, off in the distance, I see the crack. And then as we're getting closer to the crack, my head starts to hurt worse. And then I just fucking fly through it, and then I'm bouncing all over the place, and then I wake up, and here we are. Oh, yeah, and I could hear you guys talking, and some of y'all had this weird double tone to your voice, and then some of you sounded fine. It was weird.
Freedom 11, you recognize Domino's double tone. And it was Domino speaking, and the person that was spoken as Lieutenant Domino was the other voice that was the undertone. Those two match up perfectly.
Wait a tick. Lieutenant Domino was the undertone I heard when you were talking. And maybe the three that didn't have undertones.
Are dead.
It's a big coincidence, maybe.
Who's
Correlation, perhaps.
Who had the double voices, Freedom?
Everyone except Sunny, Barracks, and I hit my head really hard. Denver.
Multiverse Otto is alive!
All right. So I'm going to put this out there. Completely unfounded. We ain't got evidence. They were saying through a mouthful of like Mike and X are pulling out from under the piling station. If we ain't got two voices in your little vision you had there, either we dead or we just don't exist out here. In which case,
dead.
In which case, I'm probably dead as shit. I should have been dead 5 or 6 times by now. But yeah, so that is what it is. Rick, what do you think?
Your parents never met.
Yeah, if the swarm never came, maybe you were never born.
That's a good point.
Nah, if the swarm never came, I think Mom still meet Dad. Dad's still cool as shit, and Mom's still a demon. So, like, I don't get how that would stop anything.
I mean, it makes sense, but at least that's 3 less paradoxes that could happen. So that's
Only
always a
thing,
good thing.
Only thing I'm worried about with me not having a second voice, I'll never know if I'm actually cool or what. You can beat yourself, then you know you're a badass. Because I just think I'm cool. I don't know if I'm cool. I'm just like, hell yeah. But if I meet me and I'm like fuck, then I know. You know what I mean?
No.
Can't say I do.
Y'all suck. I was out here on like some emotional shit, and you're just shitting me down. Like, fuck.
I've always heard not to meet your heroes. And if you're your own hero and you meet yourself, does that mean you let yourself down?
Which brings me to my next point. There's only room in this universe for one domino.
Oh shit, we're gonna go kill him. Lieutenant Domino,
think
you
I
ain't
could
got no
reverse
life.
key?
What? Do you plan on living here now? We're not going to try to go back?
Well, I mean, we can look at our options.
I mean, the option of world dominated vest sounds kind of shitty, in my opinion.
Unless you're a Vesk.
And I have fur, not scales. So,
I
Denver?
mean, in your old world, you were criminals. Or running
I
from
said-
somewhere.
I said Denver.
Hold up. I'm gonna say something and we're gonna cycle back because I hear you out there talking some shit. What if we're just real honest with people and we're like, we just flew through a space crack and we're from a different place, and that way you can go meet this universe you and be like, we need to figure out which one of us is stronger, and then you just fist fight them right then and there.
And end all matter as we know it. For all we know, you can't touch each other.
Also, what happens if this this domino feels the same way as our domino? It's like, oh, you have to die.
Yeah,
Challenge
no,
accepted.
absolutely. Try by comment. We know our domino's a badass. We've seen him do some shit. Hey, has this domino fought a Hooglehorn?
This domino looks like he's fought multiple wars over and wasn't convicted of war crimes.
Okay, yeah, hey, that brings me back around to the other shit you said. We're all criminals. You're just as wanted for terrorism, you shit.
Hey, can I just remind you that I was not a criminal before all this? I never was a criminal. I was just trying to get into the Arcanarium, which doesn't even exist anymore.
I wasn't
Vesk
either.
have a wonderful school of magic.
This group has turned me into a bad person.
Let's be honest here. He was there deep down.
I live for high stress situations, keeps my heart going, but y'all are gonna give me an ulcer.
Well, the Vesk are an honorable people. If we present our case, they will judge it rightfully.
And then murder us.
Huh.
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
Looking
they
out,
didn't seem to mind us when they were on our ship.
looking
That's
out
because
of
they
the
don't know that you're a doppelganger.
looking out of the view window on the bridge there, are they still down on the dock or not?
I mean, they're not like looking at your ship now, but they are still within eyesight. It looks like they're just sort of like patrolling around, but haven't actually left the area. It was almost like similar to how the Varixes were when you guys arrived on Avalon the first time, where you see a lot of Vesk sort of holding, either having people like checking ships, even a couple of the smaller Vesk ships that you see that are parked here are currently being worked on by Vesk. It almost feels like anything that the Varixes were doing, the Vesk are now doing.
It's a twist.
It's a Kraken time.
Almost
that
like a
the-
wrinkle.
That's the name of the episode, isn't it?
It was the name of
that was
last
last
week's
week.
episode was a Kraken time. But it was like a Kraken,
Ooh.
not like a crack in. It was wordplay. It was good.
now we gotta fight a space kraken.
But it wasn't like the Kraken with a K. It was like Kraken from like down under.
What's cracking?
What's Kraken?
We need to see how many episodes of a Kraken time we can make in a row. So
You know, that way this is just the most confusing point in the
Cracked in time.
Yeah. If we go buy some drugs, we can call it a crack pipe in time.
All right.
Okay, let's we can sideline Domino v Domino for now.
so the priority is getting home, right?
Yeah.
On now, granted, I rarely agree with Domino, but we may not be wanted here.
Exactly my point.
I don't think you
It's a
have
better
say in
world.
this. right now.
for everyone. Except Domino.
I need to get home. So
Oh yeah, your kids.
Yes, my kids, and I am currently in the process of creating another one. So I need to return this one to their parents.
Hold up.
What?
Zura, you pregnant?
I believe that's the term. Yes.
You are with
Zerat?
child.
Congratulations. Is that how this works?
No,
Surrogate?
well, it's
All right, let's stop this whole
Sure.
episode and get an anatomy lesson on how Sheeran function for the next 20 minutes. And go.
Sheeran have 3 sexes: male, female, and host. I am a host. There's a couple back home. They had a host lined up. Unfortunately, they didn't make it, so I agreed to carry this one for them. After a certain amount of time, I'll bring it back when it's a larva, and they'll raise them until they're a Sheeran. That's why I have 20 or so kids.
All right, 10-4. Fuck this universe. We gotta get him back.
So,
Not stealing babies.
out of curiosity, Sharon, what are your pronouns, friend?
He, they.
He, they? All right, cool. I honestly don't know why I never thought to ask you that. I'm sorry, friend.
I mean, should we go around the table? I guess it's not something you really brought up.
I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good handle on everybody else. But you saying male, female, and host made me go, probably got something going on there.
Yeah, it's different, but that's typically the nomenclature. Usually, hosts will lean one way or the other biologically, but
Okay.
their anatomy is different.
Hi. That's all cool.
If the swarm never came to the Pact Worlds, I wonder how many Sheeran are here. They didn't seem too surprised when they saw you on the ship.
Well, Sheeran are different than Swarm. We broke away from them and came here of our own volition. Verces was one of the first places in the Pact Worlds we came upon, so that's why I like that place. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I have no clue how to get back.
I'll start thinking about it.
Okay.
Physical science, like.
Yeah.
What if
I'm going to try and reopen the crack by poking my head.
what if we get in the drift?
Some sort of key.
We hop into the drift, right? And then we hop into the drift again.
Okay. As your engineer,
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. And I feel like this is dividing by 0.
Or it's like skipping a rock,
Into
just skipping until
Newtonium.
Here we go. All right, that plan, that sucks. Forget I said it. Here we go. We get back into the drift. Normally, when we get in the drift, we have to kill the engines, right? We kill the engines. We turn the drift engine on. That's what skips us across, and bang! Oh, we're off and we're moving. Because I guess technically we're moving really quick, but we're not really moving because the engines are off. So when we're in the drift, we kick those engines back on. And I just slam that throttle, and we do like 88 miles per hour, and bingo, we're back.
That's how you travel in the drift. You turn on the thrusters.
To be fair,
It's like normal
that
space
is
travel.
that's how the drift works. So, for those of you at home who don't know how the drift works, you turn off your engines, you activate drift engine, poof, you shoot to the drift. It more or less, think of the drift engine as just like a teleporter that teleports you to the plane that is the drift. Then you turn off the drift engine, turn on thrusters to be able to travel within the drift. And then, when it's time to exit, you turn off thrusters, turn on drift, and exit. And by teleporting back to the material plane, and then you turn that off, and then turn thrusters compressors back on. Now you know how the
So
drift works.
So it's like literally just taking the physical plane, like folding it on, on itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drift is just another plane of existence, like the astral, the fire plane, all that stuff.
It's kind of like in the X-Men animated show when they built the apparatus for Nightcrawler to see where he goes when he teleports, because technically he's opening a wormhole and he travels through a different dimension.
Yeah.
He just travels too quickly. So they built the apparatus that slows him down so that they could study where he went, and that was a whole big mess in and of itself. So the drift engine is our apparatus that slows us down. So to everybody else, we're teleporting. To us, it actually takes time to get there.
Also,
It's
in
also-
Otto's terms, where he might be able to understand, you know that magic box that stores a bunch of stuff in? You take a fruit, you put it in the box, you close the box, you're in the drift. You open the box, you take the fruit out, you're back in the material plane.
Bruce
All
knows
right.
me terrifyingly well.
So check
also
this
how,
out.
people travel around in the 40K universe. It's called the warp. So
Yeah.
it's very similar.
So we're not in the drift. We're in the drift. We're not in the drift.
Congrats. We now know how drift works 3 different ways.
Absolutely. There we go. That's a great explanation of the drift.
Except now there's 2, which I guess now works for this case, where there's 2 dominoes.
So can you put the drift engine in reverse? Does that work?
Denver will
No.
pivot to look at Otto.
No. It's
Now-
an on-off switch.
Now, what happens if we keep the drift engine on and we turn our engines back on?
It just opens a way to get into the plane. It's not an actual engine. It just creates the way to get there.
Then why is it called an
It
engine?
opens a portal.
I don't.
You
'Cause
use
it-
the portal.
All right.
Drift key would be more apt.
All right, guys, we're here for a reason. Can we at least go explore outside a little bit?
You know, the reason is because I was told to flip a coin, right?
Yeah,
The reason is because some flashy tattoo on Freedom 11's forehead that means something. I'm telling you, it means something.
So we're here for a reason.
yeah, you almost died. Not sure if we said that part, but your heart was like, and
What?
yeah,
That's a medical term.
it bugadigged, and we didn't know what to do.
Your
Well, that
Wolverine's
sounds
gonna
like
go
quadruple
chugga chugga.
fast.
Exactly that.
Actually, yes. It was exactly 4 times. No,
It's almost like I watched it.
oh my goodness. But as a reminder, Gerard, there's a 70% chance that something good and bad will happen here.
Yeah, well, it's got to be within the next 20 minutes because we spent a lot of time talking.
Very true.
How about we start at the beginning of where
What?
we were before and go
Oh.
find the mayor.
Or the
Hey, remember
shake
last
shift.
time we were here, we had Ted, and now he's in jail?
All right, who's getting arrested after this one?
Not it.
I wasn't even here.
Maybe Ted's
I don't
here.
think.
No, it's definitely gonna be Denver.
Call us a spy, and I'm the one getting arrested? What is this shit?
She's a professional. She knows how not to get arrested.
You're part demon. They're
She's
gonna
still-
look at you and be like,
That's racist.
Hold on.
Who is
I
your
would-
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Hold on. I mean, you have a point. I'm just upset.
Mm-hmm.
Kali could be a celebrity in this universe. Just saying, if
Oh.
we stayed.
Yeah, true. If it's the alternate dimension, it could be the reverse. Like Callie's like low key, and the other one's like I'm super I'm Hannah Montana.
Well, I'm just saying she's one of 150. Oh, she's a
Oh,
freak.
I
I
love
gotta make it that way.
Also, I do need to buy some more ammo, so I have a feeling the Vesk definitely have some of that for sale.
Yeah, I mean, if we're here and we're doing some shopping, I need
I just need
Thank-
ammo.
I need things.
But what if things are more affordable here?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If we go out there and I'm like, hey y'all, I need
Alright,
to get
Zerat,
me.
it's
What if
just
they
you
don't
and me,
take
man.
credits and they have their own money system?
If they have their own money system, then I'll race them for it.
Desk
Oh
bucks.
god.
I got a 30 on my physical science to try to figure out.
He's
Yeah, that-
actually being productive.
It's like, okay. If we carry the 7 and multiply that by the log of so
Um, it's going to take some time and effort. There's not been any sort of what's the way I want to put this? There's been no travel of this sort that's been logged before.
Well, but we learned it's possible.
It
so
is possible. With a 30, you'd probably think you need to look over ship diagnostics and see what kind of changes that occurred, what kind of beating the ship took overall, if the ship could handle that kind of beating again, and stuff like that. It gives you a good place to start and what to look for, but doesn't give you an exact answer of this is how we get home.
Yeah.
You got a 27 on your Google search, by the way. You do know the Emperor of this planet is a Patra.
Okay.
It's
I
Callie.
will relay that.
Definitely Callie.
There can only be one.
Right. Of 150,
Ding,
there
ding.
can only be one.
Well,
You
since
know
I've
the
never been
rules.
here before, you guys mind if I go and work these out? I got an idea, but I need to check the ship.
Yeah.
Also, there's a Patra Emperor, so that'll be cool.
If you're needing to check the ship, you'll probably need my help.
It's like at least one of us should stay back to help.
Well, I'm not that bad at engineering, guys, but okay, I guess you can help.
Well, two hands better. Denver, can you pick me up some ammo?
Yeah, sure. I definitely have money.
I'll toss you what it was amount on our normal material plane,
All right.
which
Yeah.
is 75 credits.
Yeah.
Also,
does Vesk use a different currency, Mr. Vesk?
No, they've always used Vesk bucks. Or, I mean, whatever, credits.
Wait, V-Bucks?
V-Bucks?
I meant to say credits.
no.
We
it's
called
now-
them V-Bucks, but it's
it's-
the same.
It's
It's a
100%
Vesk.
V-Bucks now.
I was
It's a
about to
Vesk
be
thing.
like, you're gonna have to find a Vesk to trade all this money for. How many credits can I get for a V-Buck?
It used to be 1-to-1, and then everybody bought up, so they had to increase the price.
Yeah, you see a vest just flossing across the street.
Also, it's only cryptocurrency. It's all
Is
stored in
that
blockchain.
Ariana Grande?
Yep.
Travis Scott.
Who's all too soon? Who's all departing onto Vesk 18?
If Freedom's not leaving, I'm definitely leaving.
Freedom, are you?
I don't have a reason to
Freedom,
leave.
you're staying. Sonny, you're staying. Okay.
I've got to go.
Oh, yeah.
Got a goat?
I got to go.
Oh, gotta go. Okay, I was like, I gotta go. It was like that.
I gotta
is
go.
New to the inventory sheet.
I
for
bought it.
me.
I didn't say it.
I'm gonna keep
but I
working
bought
on
one.
ship repairs
Okay.
while they're
Yeah.
having funsies.
When we stopped off at Absalom Station, I picked up a goat.
So that means it is Domino, Kali, Denver, Zerat, and Otto who are venturing into the unknown that is Vesk 18. We'll go ahead and take our break now because it's close enough to break time. It's a good place. You guys go ahead and begin to depart.
Into the unknown.
Exactly.
Wow, that was actually well done.
Into the unknown.
You didn't know that Vesk could sing, did you? Now you know.
Now one more with the high note. Get it?
Well, you could do it.
Into the unknown.
Oh, the mic cut out.
Yeah, the mic. Darn.
My attack is
The
too low.
microphone was like, nah.
Mike's like, stop. Thank you. What kind of microphone is that? I need to give him the shout out for saving me from being attacked by Disney.
This is a blue mic.
Oh, thanks, Blue. We're gonna go ahead and take a
Frozen?
exactly a 7-minute break. We'll be back at 35, and then we'll see what this planet has to offer. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye bye. Oh, hey, hi, hello, we're back. Thank you guys so much for being patient while we went on our break. Give a small little recap. The group came face to face with double dominoes.
Seems like a good thing in like Vegas. I got double dominoes.
Mm-hmm. Or the most annoying domino piece is just 1 and 1. I feel like. But but that being said, they were able to go ahead and look through the infosphere, overall planetary, and throughout the galaxy, and find out that a lot of the history matches up with their own typical history that they have. The only thing that really stuck out to them was that the swarm never arrived, so the Veskarium was able to go to war because there was not a bigger threat to deal with for both the Pact Worlds and the Veskarium. So the Veskarium came and conquered what they would assume is the Pact Worlds, and a few people went to go investigate, while Sunny, Freedom 11, and Ferrix stayed behind to try to figure out a way to head back home if it was possible. There was some knowledge that was found out as well. Freedom 11 mentioned that everyone had a double voice in her dream except for Denver, Sunny, and Ferrix. All three of them did not have the voice, and she came to realize that the voice that was the undertone for each person was, at least for Domino, the doppelganger that was inside of this world. As you guys went and began and looked, you also found out not only is that history changed, but this leader has this planet has a emperor that is a Patra on this planet, and it was just given as a heads up. You guys also found out from Lieutenant Domino, as you guys now know, that Vesk 6 blew up in the fight with the Pact Worlds, and there are now roughly only about 150 Patras to exist in this area. Also, we didn't touch on this, but Ferrix, you would know that every planet is still here, except for the diaspora isn't in this galaxy, and the ship that is sort of docked, a very large ship. I can't remember what it's called. Denver, you're from there relatively. What's that large ship called? That is like a planet size.
Oh, Adari.
Adari is not here as well. Whether it was never docked in this galaxy or it was blown up in the attack with the Vesk, but it was never actively listed anywhere within the Pact Worlds, and the diaspora was destroyed within the attack between the Vesk and the Pact Worlds. Like all the meteors that were in that area, in that little belt, dispersed, and are no longer there. So everything else is there, but Absalom Station has a very small population count now, compared to what it typically has, being a very large place in the center of trade. It's still known as the center of trade, but it seems to be primarily only vests that are allowed there. Sort of some things you also sort of pick up over the total galactic search. The rest of you head to the city and try to figure out exactly what is going on in this crazy, crazy planet. You guys go ahead and exit. You guys feel for those of you who have been here, a small sense of almost like deja vu as you walk in, and it like the amount of steps that it takes feels very familiar. Like the walk there all feels very familiar. You guys are sort of just taking it all in, similar to how you guys took it in last time, where it was like you guys were still learning each other and didn't really have a lot of conversation, but now it's more of out of awe that something could feel so familiar, but also be so extremely different. But you guys walk through the gates, and it feels like exactly as if the gates for Cabrat were opened. You guys walk in, and it's a similar L-shaped city with the Capitol building, or whatever you want to call it, at the far end, as well as a bunch of single, like, apartment complexes that each of these had that were multiple floors tall and had multiple buildings that were in there. But it's in the very same look to it. On the corner is that general store that you guys had, and as soon as you enter in the gate, as soon as you look to the right, is the bar that was there. But the bar looks heavily run down, but still looks like there's a light on inside. It's still functioning. But other than that, the bar seems to be the only thing that looks out of shape. Everything else is made with very nice building materials. There's actually a paved road that covers the entire city, just from what you guys can tell. But now that you're inside, there's a little bit more of a mix of population. There's still a heavy Vesk present here, but you do now begin to see all of the androids that look very, very similar.
I say we go check out the mayor. See who's running this place.
On the way there, I'll keep an eye out for like any shops or gun shop or anything that seems interesting.
Yeah, the only one that you noticed so far is the general store that's like catty corner from where you guys walked in. Everything else seems to be more of a residence than it does a shop.
Same spot as it used to be?
Yep, exact same spot.
Definitely feel like the Vesk would sell ammo at a general store. Seems very Vesk.
They just hand it out.
Yeah. You actually walk into the city and you just get a bag full of ammo. Welcome to our city.
This is where I turn to Domino. I'm like, all right, maybe we should stay in this dimension.
Maybe that's not all bad as is. It is still extremely muggy here. Kali, this feels very familiar to home. We have very tall standing trees and a very, very muggy climate overall. If it wasn't for the fact that it was missing swamps and dangerous plants and animals that were trying to kill you, you'd probably think you're on Vest 6. But just sort of give you a sense of how you feel when you walk into this area. So you guys head up to the Capitol building. There's two Vest guards that are flanked that set of double doors that were originally two androids, or now two Vest guards that are very similarly dressed. All the Vests you see are wearing the exact same uniform, all the way down. Meant to ask, Domino, are you still wearing the set of heavy armor that you took off of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I crossed out the they had like an insignia or something, and I crossed it out to make it look like skull and crossbones.
Did you just like Akatsuki some Vesk armor where it has like the things you just put the one line through it?
More or less.
Pretty much. I carved like
just a rogue ninja not claiming a village out here, Domino.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he did that as soon as he donned the armor. He's like, first things first, cross off this insignia. But you do notice, Domino, it is the same type of armor, just the insignia on it is different, which makes sense because a lot of the commanding officers within the Vesk army have more or less the same armor, but they have a different logo to represent which platoon or who their lieutenant is.
Did I just get a smaller version of the exact same armor?
I have a Defiance series squad.
Yeah.
Heavy armor.
I got. I think. Well, it's up to Josh really whether he. Did you give me different set? Is it the same? Because you just said heavy armor, and then you're like just take the stats from.
No. So it is a different set of armor. Yours is covered in like Vlaka fur because it is Vlaka made, but Domino's actually came from the vest you guys fought inside of that timey-wimey space tunnel.
I thought we were talking about the flock armor. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Nah,
son.
this is that vest shit.
This is that good armor. But as you guys head in, the guards stand in front of the door. Do you have an appointment with the Emperor?
We'd like to make one.
For what ground?
We have a couple of androids here that they might be interested in.
They begin to look
on our ship. On our ship.
Gotcha. They begin to like look around as you're saying that to like all of the androids that are sort of filling the streets. Like, okay. One moment. One of them's like one stands in front of both doors where it would like open up. He stands at the crease as the other one heads inside. The guy that stands inside puts his hand on. He has a looks like for most of you would be a rather large sword, but for Vesk, who are rather bulky, have two swords on each side, just sort of hands on hilt, just in case. A few moments go by, and that Vesk returns later. I'm sorry. You look different, sir. We didn't realize it was you. Please, right this way.
Tim will look back to the rest of the crew, give them like a sort of take this persona look, and follow through with it.
They both of the guards open the door and get on one knee and sort of like bow as you just walk past, and the rest of the crew.
And remind me who's with me. Is Freedom with us?
Freedom and Sunny and Ferrix are back on. Everyone else is with you though. Not
Okay.
Thrawn as well. As you guys head back, or head in, there are 4 Vesk inside, fully armored, that are knelt on one knee as Domino and you guys begin to walk into the room. Kicked up on a large throne, very familiar to you. There was a door the last time you guys were set here that separated this like lounge area to the office of Lord Varix. That wall no longer exists and is just one large open area where you see a Patra sitting in very fine silks, just sort of leg crossed, looked over.
Is she in a box or is she sitting in a chair?
She's sitting in a chair.
Oh.
If I fit, I sit. As she begins to look you guys over. Lieutenant, I didn't realize we had a meeting on the books for today.
Special occasion. I had to come by unscheduled. Does she... This isn't Kali, right? Does she look like Kali?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, I will. That was a really bad one. 16.
16. It is. It is Kali.
I might be like thrown back when I first see her. But who else is in the room?
Everyone else. There's 2 guards that are now flanking both doors who have knelt down as well. But everyone else, as you and your crew were able to walk in, everyone can roll a perception check if they would like to sort of search the room as well.
I would like.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my gun.
19.
Denver, you say 30?
Yeah, 30.
16.
16.
Shit, what are we rolling?
Perception.
Sorry, I'm stealing with my
Spider-Man.
wife. Perception. Where's 25.
25. Everyone could see a very elegant looking collie sitting up on the throne. Collie, you get, even though the DC was a little bit higher, you can recognize yourself when you're not wearing military armor, or have seen yourself relaxing in just regular people's clothing. But you see that she sort of steps down, looks over to you, Domino. It's been a long time, friend. It's been a long time.
Yes, too long. Perhaps we can speak more in private with my new friends here.
When you say with your new friends, do you mean that removed from the room, or do you mean...
Let's keep the guards out. This is for your ears only.
Guards? And they both nod to the Emperor and then begin to walk away. As they sort of walk away, they bow to you, Domino, and in Patra, they look over to Emperor Kali. Ma'am, and then begin to head out. It's now you guys inside of the room with the Emperor.
In Denver and Otto's head, you guys hear, "We were right the whole time. She was a spy."
You hear back, called it.
Just
Emperor,
fucking do it.
we may have stumbled upon your twin. Kali, come up here.
I'm right here.
Her name is also Kali. Look at her.
I'm right here as well.
Is she not you?
She begins to walk closer to you.
Fight, 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 fight.
Not gonna let me watch.
She gets about 5 feet away from you, Kali, begins circling around as she's looking you up and down. Freedom 11, I need you to make a fort save.
Don't do it.
The real spy is the one with the knife.
Dirty 20.
You say dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Okay. You take 16 points of damage as your head begins to almost split, where it feels like your head splitting open. You get a extremely mad migraine that sort of just stops you in your tracks. Ferrix, you are standing next to her as she sort of just stops and begins to wince heavily. Just begin to cover. No, this is not what I'm here for. But Kali, she gets closer and closer to when you say.
No other explanation.
Really? No other explanation?
I don't know.
I mean,
Now, Domino, did you check to maybe see a spy of some sort trying to become me?
Her disguise is flawless, if so. But this is why I brought her to you.
Would like to point out that if our collie is a spy, I called it, and I deserve to be paid.
Your collie.
I said
These
what
are
I
my
said,
friends.
No explanation.
I found them on the way here. They insisted on following.
Yep. Captain Spiffy, thank you. We'll take it from here.
Cat, you're welcome.
She
Everything,
begins to
everything
look
falling
around.
apart.
You've seen this look on Emperor Collie's face before. Is many times Collie's giving you this exact like, "What are you idiots talking about?" Look.
Yep.
And it's, just the exact same, just more dangerous because you're talking to the emperor of a planet.
Your new empire.
Kali, she looks towards you. Where do you come from?
Well, it was Vesk 6, which I've been told is no existing anymore.
Who did you watch die?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Trick question. They're still alive.
She looks over to you, Zerat. I don't mean to be rude, so please don't take it as such. But what planet of origin are you from? Yeah.
Vesk 9 now, whatever Verses is.
I'm familiar with the planet Verses, or what it was. Very
I'm going to slowly,
miserable there.
as they're talking, I'm going to kind of take a back seat and walk towards the door.
It's an acquired taste, that's for sure. I haven't been there for quite some time, though. What has become of it?
Not too different, I'm sure. There's an emperor there, Vesk, but has a council of Shirin.
Perfect.
Domino, where you have somewhere to be?
Yeah. Funny thing that we did have somewhere to be, but we ended up here. When I get to the door, is there any kind of lock on it?
There is.
Like a lock that I can lock?
Criminals.
There is.
Criminals. Criminals.
Otto pulls out a pistol.
So I pull out my gun.
I've been
I'm gonna
waiting
lock-
a long time for this.
I'm going to lock the door. We've been to Cabaret. And it wasn't like this. It was a lot different. The mayor of Cabaret was a skittermander named Ferrix. We disposed him. Deposed. But I don't know how we ended up here. But I do know there's two of you. I know there's two of me. And I'm not the one from this planet.
I thought you looked better since the last time I saw you. Now, that being said, I don't know what planet you think you're on, but Cabaret is not on this one. It's never been on Abalon. Or Vex 6, Vex 8, Vex 18. It's only ever been on one planet. And Skittermanders, why would a Skittermander leave the Vescarium? Yet alone become a mayor of some town?
where we come from, the Pact Worlds and the Veskarium are at peace. As I say it, it's kind of like hard to say. Peace. For now. And I don't mean to come here with hostility. I'm not locking you in here with us, per se.
I think
I
you
just
actually
need answers.
literally did do that.
We don't mean
No.
harm. We just need answers.
I'm not locking you in here with us. I'm locking us in here with you. Wait, I don't think that's how that's supposed to go.
Help us.
You see her sort of put her hands together. Interesting. So you're telling me that you're from here, but not here.
We don't know. We just know that there seem to be doppelgangers. We went through a portal in the drift.
That seems
And-
extremely dumb.
Well, I said no. My vote was no. But we went through it.
We flipped a coin, and the coin said, "Do it."
Captain Coin. May they rest in peace.
I would also kill them for being an idiot to leave the drift prematurely.
But we ain't dead, so I mean,
Well, Captain Coin is, by the sounds of it.
short-lived captain, that Captain Coin for sure. But
Seems like the Vesk in your world seem pretty alright.
They still have the Veskarium up to Vesk 9. I don't remember what the actual thing was, but we'll just say whatever it was. Cabrat was Cabrat Pact Worlds, or was that near space?
Cabaret is on Castorville.
The one that we went to with Varix.
Abalon is in
Abalon.
Packworlds.
City was Cabrat, right?
Yeah, Cabaret,
Yes.
Abalon, not Cabaret. You know, it's like
Yep.
Plainfield, Illinois versus Plainfield,
Yeah.
Indiana.
What is it? Paris, Tennessee.
Exactly.
Abalon, the planet that should be here on these coordinates, we're still part of the Pact Worlds.
And the first thing you thought to do would bring two individuals from different universes and put them in the same room, like that wouldn't have any sort of issue on time, space, and the reality as we know it.
That sounds like a you problem.
Sounds like an all of us problem.
Well, I mean, we have a word for that where we come from.
Is it stupidity?
Science.
Not science, but you could also call it yeehaw.
Only certain individuals say yeehaw.
The cool ones.
Got you to say it though. Mark, put it on the board. I said I'd get everybody in the crew to say it at least once. Put it on the board.
Emperor Kali looks over to you. Always? Is it always like this?
Who's she looking
Always.
at?
Kali.
Oh, okay.
For the most part. But I'm actually really confused of why you or me, us, I don't know, whatever, like the Vesk.
Well, when the Pact Worlds do something that's worse than what the Vesk did to us, and they offer you a seat in government to make this everything that Vest 6 could hope to be. If you're truly from Vest 6, I'm sure you notice some similarities between Vest 18 and Vest 6. Temperature, all the all the beauty with nothing to try to kill you.
Okay, what exactly did the Pack Worlds try to do or do? Since I'm obviously very out of the loop.
And as she starts answering these questions and things kind of like relax, I'll unlock the door to show like Faith.
Well,
I
Vest
pull out
do.
my gun.
The Vest do what they always do. They came here to take over the Packed Worlds, similar to how they took over our planet. She begins to walk away back to her chair, and Freedom 11, that headache that you begin to have begins to fade. But the Packed Worlds had a weapon on Absalon Station that the Vest didn't know about. A group of individuals took a ship and brought a weapon of mass destruction to Vest 6 and blew it up from within the planet.
Because the Vesk were there?
I mean, whether or not they found Vesk there, if they even went to the outpost, I don't know. But it was within the Veskarium, so that means the Vesk have to be on it, right? But
Anyway.
yeah.
Not that the Vesk really liked being on there.
No one besides us really enjoyed being on there, which was nice. With that being said, the Packed Worlds blew it up, destroyed an entire planet. And Domino and I went on a couple of missions before we met. He came to Vest 6 before it all happened, actively recruiting for the war.
What happened to Domino's brother?
He didn't talk about it. Said there was a couple of dark paths that intrigued him, but never went into detail. I think we only talked about it twice, and I don't know, 8 years that I've known him.
And what personal things did you mention to Domino?
A dear friend I watched die when we were kids. Domino said that he understood and would take it to his grave.
Do you recognize either anybody else in this room that would be on this planet?
Looks around. No. I didn't even know what two of you are.
But those are humans.
There's no human.
Actually, I don't think we have any.
I'm
That's
just
like
gonna kind
one
of
in
flip
10.
up the mask and just gonna be like,
That's like a 20% chance of getting it right.
Yeah.
Nope.
The two humans that we have in the group aren't
Are
there
on
with
the
you.
For clarity's sake, which ones of us don't you know what the hell we are?
You? And looks over to Otto. And you.
I reach for a high five.
Yeah. Tieflin and Berneri. Mom's a demon, dad was cool. Really big space otter.
Pretty much.
Interesting. Packed worlds.
Yeah. Well, in these packed worlds, I don't think that this was actually brought up at all. Wait, did Rix? Did you share the information from the infosphere? Would I know if Adari actually exists or not out here? You're also muted in Discord, not just your headphones.
Double mute.
Guys, don't worry. This is our first time ever using Discord for a video game call ever. Nope.
You're still
Discord
muted in
is-
Discord.
So
won't
yeah.
work.
Oh wait.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Wait,
it was like
it is.
frozen. So I don't know what happened. Anyways, I just gave you I just told you that Vesk took over. That's it. That's all I said.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to bum y'all out with everything.
With all
Okay.
the miserable things that's happening.
I'm still
So-
not seeing the bumming out bit.
You wouldn't.
This is
But
paradise. They turned a desert into a
Oasis.
new home for Patra.
so like pretty much, I'm where we're from. I'm from the pack, but I haven't heard anything about what became of the planet out this way. It's not even really a plant, more like a really big ship, space station kind of thing. Y'all ever been out to Idari?
A what?
Idari, big spaceship, bunch of people live on it. The Kasatha kind of hang out there. That's like their spot.
Never heard of that planet or that group of individuals before.
Oh shit. Oh, all right, cool. I'm not upset about that at all.
From the vast.
From the that you are a long way from home.
That's what I wanted.
That's concerning. Right. She sits down in her back into her throne. Well, I recommend not doing that ever again. And bringing two people from alternate universes together into the same room. Or letting them get as close as we did. Because that could mean horrible things if it hasn't already.
Do you know a lot about universes? Can you help us get back home?
Just theories. Theories of paradoxes. But I mean, that's all they are. They're just theories. The real question I have for you guys is where you guys come from.
Where did you go?
I'm right here.
Oh, I was thinking of an old friend.
My condolences.
Woolly-eyed Willie was a close one.
Is that Captain Coin?
Nope. They messed up too many times.
Sounds like the appropriate actions were taken then. Now,
Are we sure this collie isn't just a Vesk?
Rubbed off.
One of us.
one. The worlds you come from, are you guys more advanced than what we are here, where interdimensional travel is capable? I mean, yeah, we have the drift, but like nothing that can hop between barriers of reality.
Nah, I think we stumbled upon that.
We just have a very skilled drift pilot.
More tricks by Triune.
That's me, baby. If you can find a better pilot, you tell me, and I'll tell you you're wrong.
Well,
sure there are plenty of other good tiefling pilots out there.
So what you're saying is there is no technology you are aware of that can return us where we came.
I again, I before you guys walked through my door, I was unable. I didn't even know that it was even possible. We always, you know, followers of Triune believed that anything was possible as long as we had the drift available. But as far as technology to make it happen again for you guys, we don't have any sort of knowledge. And I'm sorry, but it seems like unless you can repeat what occurred, you might be stuck here.
Well, if that's the way it has to be, will you give us sanction to stay here for a while?
You have sanction to be on this planet, but not to be within the city walls. Having us this close together, if half of what they say about paradoxes is true.
Paradoxes.
Paradoxi.
We haven't seen anything go wrong so far.
Yes.
Before we're kicked out of the city, can we at least buy some stuff? Like, we're a little low on some supplies.
Sure.
Okay, cool. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any recommendations where we might pursue our hopes of returning home?
Bless you.
Thank you. She stops and thinks. I'm not sure how much you believe in religion, but maybe the Church of Triune could help you. He's the one that gave the drift.
Bleh. Bleh.
I agree, but we have to see any other deity give sort of knowledge like he has. That is known.
Veritas doesn't need knowledge.
Ah. I see.
The Vest still worship Demeritage, do they not?
Yes, they do.
Okay, good.
Yes, tiefling.
All right. And anyway, what kind of money do y'all use? Because we got a bunch of these, and I hold up like a cred stick. Do y'all use credits, or do y'all use like V-Bucks, or like what is it that y'all be using out here?
Bitcoin.
Exactly. No, but while you guys are within the Vescarium, since we've taken over so much area that used credits, they are accepted here as well.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Making sure.
Does anyone else have any
What-
other questions?
What is the overall state of the Vescarium? Are people happy?
When you refer to people, do you mean Vesk or?
Are you happy? As a Patra?
I am, but I'm also in a elevated status, and I've seen the other side of it. I've seen what it's like to have Vesk come into your home, take anything that they want, and tell you you're welcome. But the Vescarium is doing very well, quite thriving.
Who are their enemies?
stands against them.
In Galorian
What's
or
that?
Absalom,
You're talking about the space
as
station.
I would have said.
You mean the space station?
Yeah.
Well, it's the new Vest Prime, at least within this group of planets.
Good to know.
Word that they might move actual Vest Prime to there, since it has special capabilities that they're still learning about. For some reason, no matter where you are in space, getting there is faster.
The drift stone or whatever it's called.
The what?
I don't know. The big stone in the spaceship has the stone that powers the drift.
Is that what that does?
I don't know. We have a human in our crew that would probably know more. They're from there.
Bring them next time after you get to whatever appointment. And that's an order.
I think that could be arranged.
Better be. I'd hate to really see you stuck in the Forest of Estate.
I kind of look like that was unexpected, but it was kind of welcoming to receive an order. Like I almost feel where I belong.
Right.
Yeah. Our current captain doesn't really order me around too much. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah, I'm pretty lenient.
Sunny, that is.
Lieutenant Sunny. Right. Well, go take care of your business. Bring back that human you speak of. We have much to discuss about the crystal that you seem to know so much about.
Understood. Emperor.
Domino?
Call me Dom.
No. As she goes, the vest guards open the doors and begin to usher you guys outside of the building. While this is happening, Ferrix, Freedom 11, you guys are on a ship. Freedom 11, you had a splitting headache for roughly about 6 minutes.
Oh, 6 minutes.
It was rough.
Oof. Ow.
But you're able to
I'm alive.
come back and be able to assist any sort of way that Ferrix is needing. Is there anything you guys would like to go ahead and get done while you guys are giving a diagnostics?
How long is the diagnostics gonna take?
Pretty quick. I mean, it's not different than running like a diagnostic scan on another ship in space combat.
Like-
So just activate button.
Oh, okay. Easy peasy.
And
I
then
thought
just a
we
scan
were
of
gonna
the
have
ship.
to I thought it was you start it and then you come back to it
No.
later.
It's
Okay.
This is not
technology
dial up.
yeah, the connection is really good here. Good old Vestgate has 6G now.
That Vesk 18G.
True. It has. It's weird. The shields are intact and fully charged, but the hull is taken a good point of like 70 points of damage, as a total. So like all around, it takes roughly about the same damage no matter where it was. You haven't had a chance to look outside and see how actual bad it is. But just looking at a quick diagnostic, you can definitely see that the ship itself has taken damage that was not protected by shields. But that being said, none of the main systems have been damaged. Engines and the drift drive still work all the same. use it as your spaceship diagnostic.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Freedom, are you okay? You look like you were maybe like downloading something. I don't know. Or you just
I out of nowhere the splitting like headache just hit me and then it was gone.
is it similar to what happened to you before, or is it something? Is it just like a migraine? Do you
Yes,
get
like
migraines?
before. No, I don't normally get migraines.
Interesting. Maybe it's. I've read about these. It's sometimes um you know certain things change and then you change. So maybe we're downloading new memories.
So I am going to
Quick, what's my name? We're gonna test this.
uh Ferrix, yeah.
That was too easy. How did you get on our ship?
Ooh, you guys took me out of the drift and Owl downloaded me.
All right, maybe that was too recent. Well, I'll come up with questions later, I guess. I'll look through your
You rang?
history.
As
Oh,
Owl
hi,
picks up.
Owl. No, Owl, sorry. I was just talking about how great you are.
Thank you. That is the first compliment I've received in many years.
You guys are rude. Be nice to Owl.
We just don't really talk back to him. Thanks, Al. Have fun. So, anyways, looks like the ship's pretty beat up. Probably gonna have to fix it. Maybe figure out how to reinforce the hull if we're gonna do this again.
Hmm.
Shields don't protect it, so maybe we could save that power to, jump faster. I don't know.
Jump more accurately, maybe.
Maybe. Anyways, that's all I got. So, how bad is it? Have you seen it?
Let me go look. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna go look at this damage.
Okay. As you look, the ship is pretty beat up. There's no like punctures anywhere on the ship, but it looks like multiple like boulders smash into this metal. Like if you just sort of imagine like a metal bowl that you smash in with a rock, it's what
Your
your
meteor storm.
it looks very similar to what the exterior ship looked like.
I'm just gonna like pop out the dents.
You go ahead and try to pop the dents out. Nothing seems to quite work quite that easily. Unfortunately, the dents are just freaking massive. I could just imagine Frida
you
just like right, get a plunger like out of like at a compartment and just thump, thump.
So easy.
Right, it's great.
Ship repairs. Who even needs engineering?
That's what I'm saying.
Just get your plunger out.
You never know.
While she's outside looking, Al speaks up to you, Ferrix. Running diagnostics.
No, we already ran one. What are you doing?
Parameters found.
List parameters? What?
Tall. Blue. Humanoid.
Who's
Female.
blue? Am I confused? I don't know who this is.
Uploading in process.
I don't know what's going on. What are you doing? Stop it. I'm gonna computers you to stop. That's what I
Go
I
ahead
just say
and roll
that.
a computer. Oh, you want to roll computers? Or are you just going to computers you to stop?
I'm gonna actually roll it, but
Okay.
I like to think that Felix just says that too. 25.
25. As you're run over to the computer and begin to look exactly what's happening, it clicks. It's running a parameter similar to what you guys used on the Vlaka homeworld to find Freedom 11's body. It's running all over androids, preferred skin color, preferred gender, preferred height, and is now uploading it similar to how you guys did into someone who meets these parameters.
Oh. I don't want that. I don't know if I want that. Pause. Like, I'm just lost.
Do you want to hit the pause on the upload?
Why are we're just pausing another Freedom 11 in again. We're just back here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta pause it because we already have one. We don't need a Freedom 12.
Pausing.
We'll just let that cook for a bit.
Understood.
Freedom 11.
What?
Can you come here for a second? I got a question.
Be right there.
She just
Stop climbing on the hall. It's not gonna fix that way.
You see her
But-
looking through like
Plunk.
the bridge windows and just like trying with the plunger on the front of the ship. She jumps down, runs up and onto the bridge.
What?
Okay. You know who? And I just point to Al. You know, like where Al would generally be. Started searching for another body, like
What?
and found one apparently, and started uploading your conscience into it, but or something. I don't know. You can look at it.
I'm gonna look at this file.
It's your memories.
Oh,
It's your memories that Otto gave you, the more or less the hyperlink to be able to access. It was never erased from the ship. It's still currently there. And it's at upload at 3%. And it's been paused.
I don't think I want to give this universe a Freedom 11.
That's what I thought. But I thought I would get your,
I think
Maybe
it's
you-
my fault we're here. Something about the dream
yeah.
is making. I mean, remember the drugs?
I
Maybe
mean,
it
I
fucked
remember
up my
not
DNA, and I
taking
mean,
them.
Triune is my god. So
Mm.
maybe he bestowed it powerfulness.
Tree, yeah.
Yeah, bestowed me with some 1010 power of some sort.
Hmm.
Nah, that's probably just the drugs talking.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
messed me up.
you guys were, all three of you were out for a long time.
Ferrex, go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Culture?
That's the one.
I was like, history? What is this?
What is his history you speak of?
Not very good. I got a 21.
21 for not very good.
Yeah.
I mean, you've studied computers and physical science and everything else. It wouldn't be the first time that Triune gave an individual a dream that invent something that is life-changing. Forever.
Okay. It's like a myth, but
Right. I mean, it's one of those things that's like, okay, sure, that doesn't really make sense. So maybe it is the drugs talking, but at the same time, you think back, you're like, well, that is how the drift was created. A person had a dream and built the drift engine.
so Triune wants. Yeah. I mean, it's
Maybe I should
possible.
go pray to Triune a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you're just become
I'm a little rusty though.
You're a
I
follower of
fix
Triune, though.
things. Yes,
cool.
actually, yeah, I am.
How does that work? Like, what does that involve? I guess. And I'm just pulling out my notes and writing about. Just taking all this information in. See, I follow
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty rusty.
Yara Asa, so we're all about just learning stuff.
Which, I mean, Triune's very, very similar, relatively in nature. It's about knowledge, exploration, a little bit of everything. Feel free to
Gosh.
read the dictionary answer of Triune that Donnie posted inside of the Discord.
Figured to just save you a
I
Google
was actually
search.
just
So I'll just throw it all out there.
Yeah,
It's like, there you go.
that's who you worship.
That.
Oh yeah, the Alka and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone who's been alive for either hundreds of years or has spent time just understanding what the drift is has heard that Triune gave someone a vision or a dream that, hey, this is how you create the drift engine. And then that person went ahead and created the drift engine and put these large instruments in space that honed into the drift and caused it to be able to jump from one portion of space to another, all very, very quickly, where the technology was nowhere to be found until Triune revealed the way of drift travel. Freedom 11 is someone who follows Triune. It's absolutely possible that Freedom 11 might think that they might actually just been blessed with the next version of drift travel.
I'm almost 1,500 years old.
Yeah.
Well, at least my memories are.
Yeah, I mean, you were definitely around pre-gap, that's for sure. So yeah, definitely some things you learned there. Ferrex, you take down all this in your notepad, get all this information, take it with it as you want.
Oh, I'm like, oh, this could be amazing for when we get back. I could be in the Arcanumerium. This is it. This is my way in.
This is your one chance to make all your hopes and dreams come true. A yeehaw
Lose
moment,
yourself.
if you will. A yeehaw of a
Make sure
lifetime.
we can recreate it in scientific method. Yep, taking down all the notes.
And because it was given to Freedom 11, do you rattle off the coordinates that were given to you inside of the drift once again to Ferrex? Ferrex, you now have the coordinates that possibly Triune put into Freedom 11's mind of where in the drift
Maybe I shouldn't
to
have done
get
that.
back.
If we go back, you know?
Whatever you do, do not lose that notebook or share that information with anybody.
Don't put that evil on me.
Just in
Don't you
case.
put that evil on me.
Just in case, bud.
Don't bud me. Now it's gonna get lost forever. I'm just starting to like lock it down. I wish I wish I would have bought that book that only I can read. Dang it.
Exactly.
I should have done it.
At this point,
Really now.
the rest of the crew comes back to the ship.
As you see, I'm just furiously like chaining
Binding
up
your book. But you guys are all back onto the ship. Zerat, it's been 15 minutes.
It's been.
You have 5 minutes left between the good and the bad.
Oh, good and bad.
Yeah.
I think the bad's already happened, so something good should happen.
If it's just middle of the road, just good and bad.
Goodish. Badish.
Everyone dies, but we all go to heaven.
Good and bad.
I don't know if that's an option for me.
For a sidebar, real quick, because JJ brought up a good point. It's gonna be assumed that you guys went and stopped at the general store for anything you guys would have needed. So if you guys, it's all gonna be done behind the scenes. A lot of shopping because Starfinder has a lot of items and a lot of, hey, I need this specific thing because of my build, because Starfinder is very niche. Once you get to start leveling up, unless it's something that's going to impact the story, a lot of this buying episodes will be done behind the scenes, because I don't care who you are, most people don't like shopping episodes, especially when we have like level up interviews where we could talk about the big things and reasons why we made purchase and stuff like that. So heads up. Cool. Neat. So if you guys need to go ahead and stop in there, everything will be at its normal price. There is no finder's fee because you guys have a Vesk with you, and
Captain.
they you have a Lieutenant Domino,
Oh, Lieutenant.
and you have a Lieutenant Domino and an Emperor Collie that is walking around with the group.
It's low-key waiting for Kali, just like bust a cap on Bizarro Kali and just like, I'm the Emperor now.
Look at me. I'm the Emperor now.
I gave her the window with the locked door, but then nothing happened.
You're like, okay, I guess this is where. Now you found out Collie's morals. You know, she has some. And it's not killing the first thing that moves. It's weird.
That's first mistake.
Right. Sorry, Collie, you probably lost at least 4 Vesk points.
Mhm.
You can't
I'm
get
hoping
lower
I
Those are
than
worth-
gained
that.
some-
It's
I'm
as good
hoping
as
I
cash
gained some
now.
from the other one.
That's true. That's fair. Yeah, you gained some Vest points from Lieutenant Domino. That is true.
We'll trade.
Right, exactly. You guys are able to go ahead and make those purchases. Again, it will just be at a flat fee. There's no finder's cost or anything like that. So if you guys need to purchase anything, feel free. Again, it must be your level, or it can be one higher for the cost. Anything lower, that's easy peasy as well. But that's just for those of you who are out able to go shopping on the way back. After you guys come back from your shopping, you guys arrive back at the ship. Again, Zerat, you have roughly about 5 minutes left before the good happens. If you're assuming that something already bad already happened.
A little bit.
Okay. But 5 minutes. But you are now all back on to the 3 rules.
All right, Ferrix. Hopefully you have some good news for us.
I don't know if it's good news. It is news. We may have an idea of what to do, but it comes from a god. So
Which god?
Triune,
Oh, okay, that's a
we
good one.
think. So
For the devourer.
Not as good as Wade In, but Triune's pretty good.
yeah, but
Okay. So what if when I
Spring
was
Fever.
doing the drugs, Triune blessed me with the ability to dimensional hop?
I mean, is that something like does Triune like say, "Oh, they're doing drugs. Better bless them real quick."
You know, I'm not gonna say that I'm the bestest follower. You know, I don't know everything, so
I mean, who's the bestest follower, right? Oh, well, other than you follow a different god though. That's different.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Freedom may be onto something because I, in my drug-induced state, also had some type of prophetic vision. So maybe it was just the drugs. Very possible, actually, that it was just the drugs, or this could be it. I mean, it did get us
But
here.
did-
Well, what did you see?
I
Sorry.
was given the coordinates directly.
And that got us here.
So why are we here, though? Right or wrong? Or just discover something?
Maybe we're here to eradicate the Vast's control over the entire packed worlds.
Now you're starting to sound like Domino, but the opposite. So maybe he took too many drugs. Maybe go back to Zurat.
Oh.
As we get to the ship, I'll immediately go to Ferrix and say, Ferrix,
You're getting all insinuating on me. I don't like this.
the Emperor has called for you.
The Emperor,
The Emperor.
like the
Kali.
Vesk Emperor. Oh wait, Kali?
The
Kali, you're an
Kali.
emperor?
Empress.
When did that happen?
Forever ago. See, instead of a spy, it's an emperor. It's all good.
Wow.
Kali's been working for the Vest
do
this
I-
whole time.
Do I have to like kneel or something? Do I have to like bow? What do I need to do?
Act yourself.
Oh, thank goodness. I was. Whew. Whew. Wait, why? But wait, Dom, why do I need to come with you?
Do you know much about the Starstone?
I mean, I know like the basics and what they taught me in the academy, but
Well, I don't know anything about it. And
Oh.
apparently, neither do the Vesk.
maybe that's a good
Secrets-
thing.
Secrets might have been lost with Absalom, but
Maybe they should have thought of about that before they killed everybody. Dang.
well, I've been ordered to take you to Emperor Kali.
She's right here though.
The other Emperor Kali. The mayor, per se.
Wait. So you had both collies in the same place?
Yeah.
How close
yeah,
did they get?
pretty close. I mean, Kali, Bizarro Kali was a little concerned about a paradox, but so
Yeah.
far it's been fine.
Do you know how close to death we were all? Everybody?
Is that because of a paradox? I don't.
Yes.
Are paradoxes
yeah.
even real?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why do they want to know about the stone though?
Wouldn't you want to know about the stone? If you didn't.
I mean, yes, but also, I guess, it doesn't matter. Everybody's dead anyway.
Well, we have also, we're not really welcome into the city, but maybe if you can help them out, they'll welcome us as citizens.
Like temporary citizens, because we're leaving.
It might not hurt to be citizens of Vescarium while we're here.
Okay. Well, wait, but like Otto was there. Does Otto not know what the stone is?
I don't know. He
I
didn't say anything.
I have somewhat of an idea, but I didn't feel it was a good time because I wasn't too confident. I figured we'd wait for you.
Ah. Okay. Just leave it all on me to decide this.
Someone should
I
be an
mean-
ambassador of the stone. It should be you.
Sure.
I'll be there to help, but you're from there. I just
I-
know, reading books.
Imagine the books that they have, and we'll give access to you for.
Stop. Stop. I don't like this.
Maybe
don't
they
like
have their
being
own
manipulated.
arcanium,
No.
and they'll offer you high ranks.
No, they won't. I'm not Fisk.
You'd be honored among the entire Vescarium.
I don't like being manipulated. I don't like this.
The
This is a bad
arbiter
feeling.
of the drift.
Oh, don't put titles with it. Oh gosh.
Ferrix.
Ferrix, the arbiter of the drift.
You're both saying my name at the same time. I don't like it.
So-
Ferrix.
Ferrix, I think that you're missing one key opportunity here, bud.
To just give him the keys to the whole system.
Nah,
They already have the keys. They just don't know how to operate it.
nah.
Exactly.
We take the
Here's-
keys.
Here's what you can do, bud. Just lie.
Yeah, just easy. It's easy.
I mean, look.
Don't
What's the
take your
start of-
notebook with you and just talk out your booty. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey, what's
Golly,
the
what's your
Starstone
sense
do?
motive skill?
What's the Starstone do? It gives everybody cocaine and makes sure that everybody is having a great time all the time, forever.
I'm not good at lying though. Here,
Then-
I'll tell you a lie. Ready? The sky is green.
I believed it.
How did you do that?
Wow.
Don't lie to me. I
See,
know when
that's-
people are lying. I'm just bad at it. Okay.
Alright. Then here, I'll go with you. You whisper things to me because you're nervous to talk to people, right? You're socially awkward and shy.
Wait, they don't know what I look like. Why don't we just send somebody that
Because
you know?
we've all been there.
It's got to be human.
Dang it!
And
It's
we
either
could-
you or Thrawn.
we could send the cat.
They
with
can't lie.
Thrawn.
I mean,
Thrawn could probably do it.
fine,
If
I'll
it-
go.
Why don't you just tell them
Yeah.
the truth? I mean, it's not our universe.
See, here's what happens. We go. You pretend like you don't speak common or any language that she may speak. I translate for you. I'll do the lion. You back me up with lots of and boom, we're moving.
Sure. Yep. That sounds fine to me. Yep.
I
Ferrix,
mean,
I think the most important thing is that you do what is genuine. If you feel something is off, don't say it, don't do it. Express yourself.
But also, if we get on their good side, they might be able to help us.
This also seems like a good way to get us wanted again.
also,
We're literally helping them. Oh, you mean
also,
if you're lying?
We're about
yeah.
to lie.
Well,
yeah.
I wasn't condoning that. I'm just saying, tell them the truth.
You might want to consider the implications of handing over the keys to the known universe.
Can I just get a moment, guys? I just need some air. Can I just
Uploading.
leave? No, not that. Stop.
What's uploading?
Pause.
Overridden.
Overridden by who? Whose authority?
But whom?
Don't grammar me right now.
I mean,
Captain's
he's right.
orders.
Damn it, Sonny.
Come too
Which-
bad.
Hey, out which captain?
That'd be Captain Chris.
There's
Hey.
no Captain Chris.
Yeah, Al, who the fuck is
You mean
Captain
Captain Coin?
Captain Chris.
Identify Captain Chris.
Second captain of the 3 rules.
When was that established?
Processing. Established 412 years ago. Pre-gap.
Hey,
The
Al,
OG owner.
Al,
Just gonna start hacking this thing, and just give me a second. I don't have
No.
time for this. I got a 33.
Jesus.
It's a natural 20. So take that, you jerk.
The upload is stopped at 58%.
All right. I need a moment.
People who
Okay.
gotta stop here.
hey, Al. When it comes to this Captain Chris person, could you kindly tell him to fuck off?
It's a her.
Could you kindly tell her to fuck off?
No,
There ain't no more.
your captain's orders are lower down on the ranking than Captain Chris's are. Please see original 50 captain's orders.
I'll fix it later. I need to
we
move
just-
it.
Can we uninstall Al? Al, uninstall.
That feels wrong.
Completed.
Reinstall later.
Hey, Al?
You did it.
You
You
fucking
did
You're
broke
welcome.
the shit. You broke the
I think
shit.
You're
that
welcome.
this might be the humor mod that we installed earlier.
You broke the ship, Domino. Congratulations.
In my defense, I thought I would also be lower than Captain Chris, but hey, I'll take it.
Now
Oh.
everything has to be manually activated
I mean,
to actually push buttons.
We still have the
Gosh.
software license. We'll just reinstall it later.
Did we just uninstall Windows? Is that what we just did?
Practically.
We just have a hunk of metal
No,
now.
you just, you
Thank
just
you.
uninstalled Siri. That's all.
As
Oh.
long as we have a basic BIOS, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll reinstall itself when we do another OS update.
Hmm.
so, I mean,
But-
I can still fly it. But now I'm just actually going to need somebody to help me with the math when plotting courses.
You can't plot a course?
Oh, you can't plot a course? I'm sorry. Can you not have shitty breath?
I eat
I
meat.
got defensive. I'm sorry. That's on me. That's on me.
It's canon.
I'll help
It's
you with the
canon.
calculations. It'll be fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Ferrix, what was being uploaded? I'm sorry.
Your mom.
I take a glance at Freedom 11 and then try to look away. Like I'm not looking at her. I'm not looking at anything.
You look, by the
Good
way,
movie
you
game.
have. It has. There is just. Al has been gone, and so is the memories of Freedom 11 that were uploaded to the computer because they were uploaded into Al.
Oh
Save
well,
it to a local hard drive?
I guess that problem's fixed. Freedom 11. I'm just got rid of all your memories. Dom
Okay,
did it.
I have a backup file of them now.
You have a backup file? Okay, good. Because they're gone.
Nice.
Gone forever.
The brain.
I uploaded it to my head.
That's just called a memory.
Right. That's what we call memory Freedom 11.
I'm like, no, Ferrix is actually like, yeah, backup files. Got it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. That has been taken care of. You guys have no Al?
And I sneak off to my room before Dom can grab me.
Yep. Just.
Eric's, it was an order.
I legally have to do this.
And with that being said, that is where we'll go ahead and end it for this evening. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. A very good time. Some worlds almost ended with paradoxes, which is also choice.
I want to know what happens with a high five. Just
It's called make a new character.
We'll have to travel prior to that. This is
It's
an
called
official.
make a new game.
Exactly.
yeah. Shatter up.
Exactly. With 8 people sounds horrible. Let's do it.
That's not very crunchy, so it's good.
Yeah. Not a crunchy system. You're fine.
Not a crunchy.
But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and go around the table for our content creators forum because that's been pretty cool to do. So first off, make sure you guys go and check out Stonefeld Analyzes, who's going to be Travis. He was unable to make it today, but we still want to go ahead and give him a shout out for all sorts of content he does. He does a lot of Apex Legends as well as some League of Legends content, so make sure you guys check him out over there. Also want to go ahead and make sure to check out JJ, aka Otto, over at twitch.tv/JRobin7x. Following up with that, we got twitch.tv/IanFlux. They are on a little bit of a sabbatical, but they are still making YouTube content, so make sure you guys go check them out. They still have fantastic stuff. They play all sorts of things. We got a cool thing in the works that I'm very excited to work with Ian on a side project. It's been a lot of fun.
Frustrating, but it's gonna be fun when it's done.
Yes. And then last but not least, make sure you guys go check out Live, aka Freedom 11, aka Full Screen, aka Rockers Nanostand, over at twitch.tv/Rockers Nanostand. Do want to give a shout out to Donnie and Olivia as well for the subs. Thank you guys so much for your guys' continued support. And then, let's see, anything else for announcements? Yes, podcast. Make sure you guys go and check out the podcast as well. It could be listed anywhere. Spotify, iHeartRadio is another really big one. Apple Podcasts, Android Podcasts, all those fun ones. Make sure you guys go check them out. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. This is going to be uploaded on to YouTube on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week we had myself, Raka, as well as Matt in the chat talking within YouTube and just chatting about the episode. So make sure you guys come swing by because we might have some of the cast there. I am typically there unless something is crazy busy happening at work. But I would love to chat about this week's episode and what you guys thought about it. A couple things as well. Me, Donnie, and JJ, we do a podcast for Shadowrun. Haven't named it yet because we're still trying to figure it out. But every other Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go ahead and put out we do a stream where we just talk about Shadowrun and the different systems. Last week, we talked about the differences between 5th and 6th edition. And then this week, we talked about the Matrix and some of the technology that Deckers really, really need to be really, really good. So make sure you guys are checking that out. And then, yeah, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. We are going to find someone to raid over to see who is around. And we're going to go ahead and raid over to our good old friend 10-Speed. So make sure you guys go and check her out. It looks like she is doing some King of Fighters. So make sure you guys go check her out. If you haven't already, when you get there, make sure you guys are spamming emotes. Go crazy when we get there. Show her the J. Bruce hype that I know you guys have. And we'll see you guys next week with more We Run the Stars. Have a fantastic evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.